Here are some things you may not like about Camas and should consider if you're looking to move here. So in this video, I'm going to be laying out all the skinny on some of the negatives or cons about living in Camas. But with every negative, there is a positive when it comes to Camas. So here are going to be some pros and some cons, some good, the bad, the yin and yangs about living in Camas, Washington. Hi, I'm Shastine, and I am a local realtor here in Southwest Washington, helping people make the smooth move into the area. So whether you're moving from within this beautiful state or moving into our state, let me know how I can help you. Okay, so because I tend to be a person that likes to find the good in everything, I'm always looking at things or finding a way to turn a negative into a positive. Even though some may not think of some of these things as a negative, there are others who do. So disclaimer alert here, some of these items noted are people's opinions and may not be how others or myself feel about Camas, Washington. So don't you be sending those hate messages down to me there in the comments. First of all, a lot of people desire this area. Why? Because Camas is known for its family-friendly community with low crime rate and great schools and a beautiful sense of strong community there. And actually in my Camas vlog, I talk about some of the great community events and festivities that are held throughout the year, providing opportunities for residents to connect and to be social. However, for some, this is what is viewed as a negative. And here it is. It's not a singles town. If you are single, you will most likely want to live closer to the waterfront in downtown Vancouver on that side of town and not in the foothills of Camas, which is what brings me to the number 2 negative thing that some people think is a negative. The town has an actual very small town feel. Not many restaurants, theaters, galleries, or nightlife, but it has easy access to the big city amenities, including shopping, dining, and entertainment that's in nearby Portland or in downtown Vancouver area, and actually that's only about 35 minutes away. And there are actually some, there are some restaurants and shopping and different things actually in Fisher's Landing as well. So you don't even really have to go that far for certain things like that. But some people think of that as a negative, believe it or not. I cannot forget to mention the number 3 thing, the not so good thing, which is the high cost of living. The cost of living in Camas, Washington is higher than the national average, particularly when it comes to the housing costs. The median price to buy a home in Camas is $832,000, with the median rental cost of $2,995, according to Alto's research. Eek. What would be the positive on this? Well, that would be the excellent Camas School District. The Camas School District actually ranks in the top 5% statewide, coming in at number 7, according to the Public Schools Review. Now, because of the cost of living in Camas, this could bring us to our number 4 thing to consider, and that would be that there are limited job opportunities. Camas is relatively a small town, and as such, there are limited job opportunities available depending, of course, on your field of expertise. Now, that being said, despite the decline in the paper mill industry that we had take place just a few years ago, there are still several major employers, including WaferTech, HP, Fisher's Investments, not to mention the North Shore project that the Camas City Council just approved in November of 2022 that will actually provide an additional 1,400 jobs coming into Camas. All right. Remember that one thing that I said that most people don't tell you is a negative, but you should be aware of that kind of is, which brings me to the number 5, which is roads and weather. Now in Camas, you are higher in the hills, which means more wind, rain, and snow than in most areas. So hats and scarves and hoodies are good if you're going to be walking or jogging up there in Camas. But the main issue is the roads. And what do I mean by this? Well, It's when we get the snow. And in fact, we just got done having one of those bipolar moments because we only have a few of them here in Southwest Washington. We relatively have very mild weather here, but what we'll get is we will get little mini snowstorms. What I mean by mini is like literally sometimes for a week, maybe it'll stick around for 2 weeks. Sometimes it sticks around for 2 days, but first, I want to show you a video that I just did. I went out as it was in between the bipolar days, as I call it, of Southwest Washington, and I filmed some of the main roads. So not all the roads are like this, but some of the roads in Camas that you will need to be aware of if you're driving on and living in Camas. So watch this video, and then I want to come back and give you just a little bit more of information that you're going to need regarding this topic. Here I am. I'm out here in Holly Hills in Camas, and everybody loves Camas, but this is one of the things that you need to be mindful of, is that when we do get those random 2-week winter spells in which we'll get some snow, it'll stick around just for maybe a week or so, then melt. But this is what happens. We have it to where in these communities they have to shut down the roads because in Holly Hills is, well, just like the name, there's lots of hills, and of course in other little neighborhoods within Camas, Holly Hills just being one of them. Where I'm at right now happens to be the main road coming in from Holly Hill, coming into Holly Hills, and so as you can see, they had to close off the road just because that is a pretty steep hill. Now, I did just shoot a video of a wonderful little driver in his truck that was able to make it up there. But again, if you just have to remember, in having the beautiful territorial views, that means you're in the hills, and that means like when it snows, until the de-icing trucks and the snow plows come, you're going to get to hunker in and just enjoy your day looking out the window, or maybe possibly working from home. So anyway, I just want to get out and show you what it's like here in Camas in the little brief moments that we have winter spells, and so this is it. So I wanted to show you. Thanks. I know the videos were a little bit difficult to see the steepness or the slope on which I was driving on, but I wanted you to at least see what happens to some of the roads in Camas that they actually shut down after it snows. Now you may be thinking, what's the big deal? It snows. I mean, I drive on the snow all the time. Some of you guys may live in the Midwest. I lived in Alaska for 11 years, so in Fairbanks, Alaska, mind you, so all we know is snow for about 8 months out of the year. However, it is different. I don't have an issue with it. I'm not paralyzed by it, but there are a lot of people that are not used to the snow because we don't get much of it and it doesn't stick around. And the problem that we have is the fact that it will snow one day or sometimes 2 days, but then it's like the sun comes out. Like you'll notice the day I was out here on this video, the sun was out. I mean, things were starting to melt. You saw the snow melting. The issue is it melts and then it freezes and then it will snow again on top of that. And so what you have is you have ice underneath the snow. It's not like it snows and it compacts. So the problem about the roads in Camas is the fact that even though it may be easier to go up, you got to get down the hills. You have to get down the hills, and some of them are extremely steep, which is why specifically in the Holly Hills video of that street going into that area, they actually close it down. Now, I did show a video as, again, the snow is melting, things were getting slushy. They still had the road closed, but that gentleman in his truck still hightailed it up there. You couldn't see that he was kind of spinning a little bit as he was getting up there. Not everybody's going to be that confident. And so you just have to be mindful that yes, it's beautiful up there, which is my positive spin on Camas, because I love Camas, is the fact that you are going to have beautiful territorial views, sometimes without even having to pay that premium price for a territorial view. You will get it because you could go out on walks and it's like in between one road, you can just stop and take in the views. Actually, at the elementary school up there, you can sit right out in their field and just look at the beautiful, stunning views. And so of Mount Hood, especially love it. But so Camas is beautiful and wonderful, but the roads you have to be very, you have to take that into consideration. So that is the one thing which I think is only, in my opinion, the true negative that you may have to think about in purchasing in Camas is the actual roads and the weather. It gets really, really windy, like really windy. But that, that's not as big of a deal. So anyway, that is my number, 5. Last but not least, number 6. And that is, there is limited public transportation in Camas. It's actually considered a car-dependent community, and there are limited public transportation options that are available. But remember the first thing that we actually talked about in the beginning of this video, and that is it's a community-friendly city. So you get the opportunity to build some friendships and maybe carpool to one of those main transit centers with one of them. See, there's a plus for everything. Hey, I hope that you found this video to be helpful, and thank you so much for staying tuned and being a supporter of my channel. Certainly reach out. Let me know how I can help you. That's what I'm here for. I help people relocate all the time, and it's important to know where to live, some things to know about it, good or bad, or just some areas or builders, or just things as far as eating and entertainment. That's what I'm here for. I'm your local expert. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, have a great home buying and selling day.